Growing up, I observed in people a lot that a lot of people do not want to take accountability and they just don't want to look in the mirror. And when you're a really bright light and you're very unconditional loving, they will hate you for it because they have hardness in their hearts and they have spirits behind them that control their vessel, and they have insecurities and parts of themselves that they haven't faced and looked at. And so they will feel some type of negative way towards you and maybe treat you unjustly and project their fears and just not be very nice. And, it's not them. It's just the fact that they've allowed, greed or envy or pride or, not taking accountability to take over their vessel. And, they would rather point the finger. But the thing is, when you point the finger, there's always three fingers pointing back at you. And if you don't own the good and the bad and your actions and what you did do, you'll never be free. And here's the thing, when you feel your emotions, when emotions come up and you look at them and you feel them and you acknowledge them, then you can let them go and be free of them. And then you have great relief. A lot of us run from our emotions because they're overwhelming and we don't want to look at them because it's scary, because, maybe we have a lot of guilt or shame that we carry around. And so we like to check out or run away from them, but they're always going to be there until you face them. You have to look in the mirror and face them and push through them, because if you don't, you'll stay in a loop and you'll go around and around and around and around until you learn the lesson. And so it's really important that we take accountability for the things we did to ourselves and to others, and that we feel our feelings when they come up, and that we own what we did, and that we work through those feelings and we face them. And some people will never, and they like staying stuck and they like staying in that mindset, and they just don't want to live that way. They just don't want to face it. And that's okay. They're allowed to make that choice. And don't judge them, because everybody's at where they're at and everybody grows and wakes up at a different time. So, sometimes they just have to suffer more until they are willing to change. And sometimes they will never. So, the best thing though is to not be around these people. Don't be around people that project their insecurities upon you, that feed you anger and hate and upset and negativity. Because, God sees everything and He's there for you and He loves you, and you don't deserve that. You deserve to give your love to people that will appreciate it and love you back.